guys, I'm Emily, and these are my eyebrows. Basically, I think they're a little bit thin, a little short, just generally kind of underwhelming. So today I'm going to somewhere called Brow House in New York City to get what they call a brow resurrection. Now that's kind of like microblading, but they use their own technique. So I had microblading about 2 years ago. It's since faded, but I thought the results were a little bit more like I had colored in my brows than that I just had natural, awesome eyebrows. I'm hoping that today the brow resurrection gives me really natural looking results that kind of allow me to wake up in the morning and go. So let's go check it out. What sets Brow House's technique apart from traditional microblading?
We make sure that your skin should not be cut, should not be bleed so much. We do the strokes on the surface of the skin. It looks like a very, very fine line, very precise. You are going to see mirror and you're going to say, oh, it looks like ombre look, 3D look, you know?
When I got microblading the first time 2 years ago, to me, it looked like I had one just thick brow. I couldn't see those individual strokes. It just looked like one colored in eyebrow.
Our strokes, even 2 years later, you can see. I'm going to draw your eyebrows with the black pencil first. Measure everything. And if you say, okay, now my shape is good. I like this shape.
Yeah.
Then it will be numbed after like 20-25 minutes. I'm going to show you the color,
Okay.
and you tell me how you feel about it. In the beginning, it will be that dark. After 2 weeks,
Okay.
it's going to fade off, and the real color you're going to see this. So, you know the middle part, this part, it always little bit, it hurts a little bit.
It hurts a little bit?
Only this part,
Okay.
like middle part.
All right.
But it won't be that bad, but yeah, you're going to feel a little bit
I can handle it.
unpleasant feeling.
I'm brave. Did it happen?
Did it hurt?
No, I felt nothing.
Okay.
Okay, I feel relieved. Brow House technicians perfect their signature stroke method to follow individual hairs. To my untrained eye, the motions look similar to microblading, but let's take a closer look. Their stroke method is perfectly customized to follow individual hairs. It takes years for technicians at Brow House to learn to do this. On the left is my first microblading experience. Watching it back, I can tell that the strokes are repetitive and follow a pattern. On the right is my brow therapist technique. The strokes are just a little more randomized, cutting just the very surface of the skin to achieve a line that mimics my hair pattern. The tool used at Brow House is made with ultrafine multi-pin needles. These needles, paired with the signature embroidery technique, create a softer result compared to the thick parallel lines of my first treatment. My first microblading experience felt heavy-handed. It really stung while it was happening, and looking back at the video, I was bleeding way more than I thought. Here you can see we're just scratching the surface of the skin, and I'm hardly bleeding at all. The full resurrection took about 2 hours. The heated bed and blanket made it fly by, and I kind of drifted off to sleep. When I woke up, my brows were finally done. Whoa! Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? This looks so good! It looks like real hairs on my eyebrow. When you're talking about that 3D effect, it really looks like that. I've never seen my face frame like that. That's incredible. Because it really, it looks like hairs.
Yes.
This looks nothing like when I got microblading on the first time. It's night and day. I can see even from this distance all those little fine lines and the strokes. And the last time I had microblading, it was just like one thick. This is incredible. I had 10 days of healing ahead before I could see final results. As long as I didn't get my eyebrows wet or scratch them, they would eventually scab and fade to a natural color.
Yeah, the eyes is like...
I really like it. Oh, you got that. I'm just... It has been about a month since I've had my brows resurrected, and wow, I love them. At first they were this really dark, kind of alarming color, but they faded to this very natural color that I absolutely love. I can really see those individual strokes that they told me about, and the shape honestly suits me perfectly. Only thing I will say is that the healing process was not pretty. I forgot that's what I did not like about the first time I got microblading. It's very uncomfortable, it was itchy, it was peeling. I was not supposed to get them wet, so I was supposed to put plastic wrap on my eyebrows, but I didn't have plastic wrap, so instead I duct taped a Ziploc bag to my forehead. It was a dark time. Compared to my first microblading experience, the healing process, while it still sucked honestly, was definitely a little bit smoother. My first time with microblading, the eyebrows kind of peeled off in these big chunks, like leaving patches in my eyebrows where there was no ink. But this time they kind of faded nicely, and even though they were peeling, it kind of came off in a way that just made them fade to natural instead of just being patchy all over my face. I'm gonna have to wait 2 full years to really see how these hold up. They're supposed to last for 2 years if you go in for touch-ups and things like that. I read a bunch of reviews online just to see what people's experiences look like, and it seems like for other people their brows really do hold up, especially when they're going in routinely for touch-ups. I can only speak right now to my experience just right after my appointment and a month later. I can't tell you how these are going to be in 2 years, obviously. If you're someone like me who wasn't super thrilled with their first experience microblading, I will say this is definitely a step up. That's so awesome. I love it. Thank you so much. I really love it.
Thank you.
Bag to my forehead. Whoa, God! Okay, so